dashing over 40. And really, it can just be gig work in general. Because no matter if we're dashing with DoorDash or Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, Amazon Flex, Walmart Spark, all these different apps, we're all out there trying to make a living, trying to get that extra money, or maybe we're just doing this full time. No matter the story, I'm sure everybody that's watching this is more than likely in the same boat because we're all doing this as a job to get by. And being over 40 it's just a number. Because I know there's going to be some people that's going to be looking at this in their 20s or even in their 30s. And they're like, oh, they got a long time. But you know what? It just goes like that. It goes by that fast. And I'm sure there's people in their 50s and 60s who are saying, as you get older, it goes even faster. Because I feel like that's what I've been experiencing. Life is just going by faster and faster constantly. The days into the weeks and the months go through the years. Everything is just going so fast. And sometimes the only thing we can do is just to hold on sometimes. But when we look at it, when we're actually doing the job and doing the work, it's really not all that bad because you don't have to worry about a boss. You don't have to worry about a certain schedule. If you got to take a break, you can take a break. If you want to work hard, you want to work overtime, hey, you got it. You can do it. You have the freedom, unlike a lot of other jobs. But just like any other day, we got to get started somewhat the same way. Get up in the morning and being over 40, sometimes not too fast. Turn over just one way, you might pull something. Yeah. Turn another way, you're like, ooh, what's that? Hello, somebody. I think somebody knows what I mean here. But we start our day off right. Whether we start our day with stretching, yoga, exercise, and somebody will say, yeah, right. Grab a bite to eat and go. Yeah, I do that too. So I understand. There's times and days where, hey, I do exercise. I just need to do a whole lot more often. Because even today, I started my day off with a good 30-minute walk outside and doing push-ups. Not too shabby. It got me going. Had some breakfast, did some day trading, had a couple meetings with my W-2, and here I am taking a break with you. And I still got a full day ahead of me. But let's get started. Because how many of you have experience in various types of backgrounds, whether it's customer service or retail, even in the food industry? And the older we are, more than likely the more experience we have. And even with experience, sometimes there's some scars. Sometimes there's things that happen where we actually got dealt with life situations. And through these life situations, it made us better, it made us stronger and equipped for tomorrow. So no matter what happened, just put that as a badge of honor that you went through it. But when we look at particular ages, we're actually going to look here at grid-wise. And it kind of gives a small little breakdown of most drivers that are 40 plus in age. So this is actually really interesting. It actually shows that there's ages 18 to 29, 12%, 30 to 39, 26%, ages 50 to 59, 24%, ages 40 to 49, 23%, and 60 plus with 40%. I thought these were some really interesting facts and numbers because even when I go out, I see all of these ages from the younger to the more seasoned. And here I'm at age 44 doing gig work. Never thought I'd be doing gig work until I just kind of saw an opportunity because this is what really gig work is. It's a good opportunity. And another interesting fact, how it shows there's actually more men than women drivers. It shows 75% male and 43% female. And I guess there's a 2% that's kind of somewhere in between. Interesting. So in this slide, it shows 39% married, 35% single or never married, 18% divorced, and so on. Here we see 57% have children and 43% don't have children. And us with kids, sometimes it feels like an added pressure to make sure we're actually supplying all our needs for our spouse and our children. And sometimes it takes mom and dad to be out there making money, because living in today's time is not easy, because we had to still work a full-time job, still have that little part-time gig work, whether we're doing early morning, lunch break, in the evening time, or nighttime. No matter what, we have to find the time, because we're just dealing with life and all the expenses of it, because we have so many responsibilities. Because if we just have to have the money just to pay bills, or just need it for the holidays, we need it to pay off the mortgage, pay the rent, something has to get paid, or we just might need food on the table. And here recently, I did a Dasher Field poll where I asked, what motivates you to keep doing gig work? We see 11% said family, and overwhelming 60% that says to pay bills, etc. That's a lot. That is definitely more than half. And even when you just say family, that can still be kind of in the mix, because you're still trying to support. So that's like 71%. It's just trying to make things happen and make things work. And we have a 26%, just like a little extra money on hand. Nothing wrong with that. And it's good to have savings. I know some people are like, savings? I'm just trying to get by tomorrow. Because you just never know when something's going to come up. There's always something that's going to come up, especially when you have like car maintenance. That's definitely going to be unexpected, or your kids need something. There's always something for school. And doing gig work is just a way that we can make it by. And we also see here with 3% for an other. Then I also asked, how long do you think you'll be doing gig work? 13% of people said a few months. 27% said 1 to 2 years, 12% 3 to 4, and 47% 5+ years. That's a pretty big number, and this is over 100 votes. And currently, I'm in my 3rd year of doing gig work, and I'm not ashamed of it as well. I know some people be like, oh my gosh, I'm stooping down to this level, but it's really not stooping. We're just trying to make a living, because we're not going to just quit and throw in the towel on life. We need to not only encourage ourselves, but we need to encourage each other, because at the end of the day, we're all in this same boat. And whether you got to actually be a part of this poll or not, go ahead and put in the comment box of how long do you think you're actually going to be doing gig work, and what even motivates you to keep on going. And thank you all that's going to leave a response. But here's something different here. We also have delivery drivers are educated, and it gives like some interesting percentages here. And we have 41% of a high school or equivalent. We have 34% bachelor's degree, and that's pretty much where I stand, was with that bachelor's degree. And yet it's just like, yeah, I'm a manager on one side and I'm still doing gig work on the other and trying to put it all together to make a life. And both of these things has nothing to do with my bachelor's degree. So I know many of you can probably pretty much say that same thing. And this also shows 12% with a master's degree. We see an 8% other, and we have a dash other at 5%. So no matter what degree we have, whatever our educational background has been, we're all still trying to make a living, making as much money as we can, trying to save as much money as we can. Then I just thought about, man, then we got taxes. And how do you actually keep up with your taxes when it comes to gig work? Are you calculating all your expenses? Are you writing it all down? Are you writing all your mileages down? Or do you have some apps out there, which there are, because currently I'm using the Solo app, which has been a blessing to track all my mileages and my expenses and so on and so on. Check out all the features. There's a 7-day free trial, completely free. So there's no reason not to check it out. Check my link below. And once you subscribe, you actually get $10 off your first subscription. So that ain't bad at all. But mileages is really the biggest thing that we need to take advantage of, because that's where we're going to get most of our deductions from. Even with this Gridwise, it says, do you track your mileages? And it says that 78% says yes and 22% says no. So if you're one of the 22, at least track it somehow. And lastly, be encouraged, because we're all going to go through some peaks and the valleys, the ups and the downs of life. But you know what? Just keep going. Sometimes it might be a day-to-day grind, but it's going to be okay. Remember your why. Why are you doing this? And that can really help you push on through to your next day. I hope you received value out of this video. And if you would, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and see me in the next video.